a developer's guide, presented by Koushik and Arjun, hosted by Vishal and Yamini. Over to you, Koushik and Arjun.
Thank you, Yamini. So, welcome you all. So today we will mainly discuss about migrating from Sitecore XP or XM to XM Cloud using migration tool. Let me share my screen. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Thank you. So before we start, let us give a short introduction. So myself, Koushik, I'm Sitecore lead in LNG consultancy. I am Sitecore MVP. Very strong to 2025 should be. And I have around 18 years of experience and 9 years in Sitecore technologies. I am a Sitecore XM Cloud certified developer. You can connect me over LinkedIn and you can email me. I want to request Arjun if you please introduce yourself.
Sure, thanks, Koushik. First of all, thanks Yamani and Vishal for giving us an opportunity to speak on SUG Hyderabad group. Coming to me, my name is Arjun Rora, and currently I'm working as a senior software developer in LNG. Overall, having the experience of 12 plus years. I've been working in Sitecore since 6 years now, and I'm a XP and XM Cloud certified. My role is to gather all the the requirements and work from start till end of the application development life cycle. You can connect me over email address given over here, and of course you can ping me on LinkedIn every anyone required. So over to you, Koushik. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun. So today our agenda is mainly we'll give you a brief on XM Cloud. I hope you all have now idea about XM Cloud, which is now Sitecore AI, and you will try to understand the and choose the right migration methodology. We'll discuss about the migration tool, the XM Cloud migration tool, and the configuration, what kind of configuration we need to do. Then we'll show you a demo. After that, we'll go for the question answer session. So as you all know that Sitecore introduced XM Cloud, that is a SaaS product of Sitecore. Currently, it's migrated to Sitecore AI. This XM Cloud, basically why we need to use XM Cloud, why you should use XM Cloud. It will actually reduce the maintenance cost and development cost. So mainly it is actually the CM environment is hosted and maintained by Sitecore. So that's why it is actually reduce the infrastructure cost. Also, if you want to, if you use XP or XM, then you need, maybe if you deploy it in on premises or in the server, you need to maintain the CM environment. So another is that avoiding the upgrade cost. So as we all know that in frequent basis Sitecore upgrades, Sitecore XP or XM upgrades. So we need to do the upgradation most probably in every 1 or 2 years. So here we can avoid that upgrade process. There are some seamless digital experience for end users. So this is not only for the XM Cloud, but also if we consider XM Cloud, CDP, personalize and all. So it is a very good experience for the end user. Digital experience and modernizing the digital infrastructure. So we are using the SaaS product, and it is not. I mean, also we are using some lightweight front end like Next.js. We are doing the coding in React.js. So it's a kind of digital infrastructure upgradation also. And improving marketing marketers' productivity is definitely if we consider CDP, personalize, connect, send with XM Cloud, then it's a very good experience for the marketers also. Let's move to the next migration. So the first thing is that migration is not something like we do the upgradation. It is not like upgradation. That's just it is not a lift and shift method. So what we need to do, we need to properly plan how we will migrate the process. We need to find out the process, understanding the current setup. What it is Sitecore XM, Sitecore XP, where it is hosted right now. So those setup needs to be understand, and we should need to prepare a clear migration strategy for it. So what are all those things? So initially we should prepare a checklist. before the migration. About the Sitecore version and install module. So what versions we are currently using for Sitecore? It can be old version like Sitecore 8, Sitecore 9 or the 10. So which version we are using? Some of the old version may not be supporting by this migration tool. We need to create some custom scripts or PowerShell script to migrate those. So we need to first audit those things. If we have any module installed into the Sitecore and it is available in XM Cloud or not. If there is any customization done within the Sitecore, because in XM Cloud by default we cannot do any kind of customization. Yes, definitely there are some provision provided by XM Cloud recently, but uh, customization we need to plan properly how we can implement those functionalities in XM Cloud. The hosting environment where it is hosted. So it is recommended that if we are using this tool, then it should be hosted on-prem. So we need to check that also where it is hosted, the production environment. The development stack, I mean, we are using MVC or headless architecture. If we are using headless architecture with Sitecore JSS in some areas, the migration mainly developing. I mean, if we are using React for the headless architecture, so definitely it will help you to migrate your front end from the existing XP to XM Cloud. Next, we need to think about the content and template architecture, what it is in current XP or XPM and what it will be in the XM Cloud. So you should have a proper planning for that, a documentation for that. Workflow and publishing. If we have any workflow or publishing implementation there, we might need to do those manually in XM Cloud. Any third-party integration is there or legacy tool, any API integration which is a legacy tool for the particular client. So if there is any integration, we need to think it separately. We might need to think about go with the CDP, or we can think about Sitecore Connect. So or maybe from the front end, we need to do the integration. So how we will do that? That needs to be checklisted properly. And digital asset management. Where we will put our images or videos. If it is heavy asset sites, then we need to also think it properly that where we will migrate those things. So one checklist is ready. We first need to choose that which front end we will use. It is recommended by Sitecore that we should use Next.js. But I mean, there are some other options which you can use. In fact, I believe that recently we can use .NET Core also for the front end for XM Cloud. So there, but if we are using Next.js, there are some benefits that like SSR, SSD, ISR, you can actually go through all these things in the Sitecore documentation. We'll not discuss this much in this session. So it is recommended by Sitecore that we use Next.js. And definitely we need to think that our team has the proper skill set or not about the Next.js. Then the focus area, the mainly focus area for the migration, if we are thinking about the content migration, not the code here. So if you're thinking about the content migration, then mainly the content cleanup and serialization. It may happen that you have some old contents, old pages which are actually not removed from the CMS environment, or this just unpublished. It will never used. So you should clean up those. You should only migrate the content or pages which are actually will be used in XM Cloud. Content transformation. So we need to make sure it is just a migration. I mean, if we have the same template and fields in current XP and XM Cloud, we can migrate it. If there is any change in the XM Cloud, if you created some, let's say, for example, you just migrated the template, you did some changes there in XM Cloud. Now you want to migrate the contents for that template. It will not work. It is the same to same migration only. If you change any field type, any property of a field, then you will not able to migrate it using migration tool. Then you need to manage it separately, maybe some script, PowerShell script, or manually you need to do it. As I already discussed, you need to strategy the media. where it will how you will migrate the media. You may use some DAM, you may migrate it in the XM Cloud itself, which is actually, if it is a huge media, it is not recommended that you use XM Cloud for that. But you can you need to strategize that where you will put your media in a CDN or any other section, maybe in Azure, where you will put your medias. Next is XDB. So if you are using Sitecore XP and you are heavily reliant on your XDB as well as the personalization and any other feature related to the marketing, then you should think about the Sitecore CDP, Sitecore Personalize. If you are only using XDB, you can think about Google Analytics also. Those that you also need to strategize. Next is personalize and A/B testing. So we have some inbuilt personalization in XM Cloud, but if you need some custom personalization which is implemented in your existing website, then you may need to think about Sitecore CDP or Sitecore Personalize to implement that. Now we need to do the planning. In our case, we actually, while doing the migration from Sitecore XP to XM Cloud, we did that phase-wise rollout. Phase-wise rollout means we just divided it in different phases because there are some new pages. It's a very it's a very corporate website and it's a huge website. So we just divided it into different phases to do the rollout to the production environment. So you can think about that. That's the P1 pages should go in the first migration, the initial migration, then P2, then P3. So something like that. You can phase-wise rollout. You can do. Also, you need to do some risk assessment that the compatibility, the integration, the technical compatibility and integration, as well as the business. For the client, it is a new environment. It is a new. Definitely you have the content editor, but if we think about the page editor or some other section like CDP or personalized, so it's completely new to the client. So you need to plan for some training, or you need to provide some information regarding the current features we have there, and definitely the timeline. Client may have a very steep timeline, or you need to plan it properly. As per the timeline, we should assign the developers the skill set. So there are some risks on that while doing the migration. Now let's discuss about the migration tool. So mainly we have Sitecore XM Cloud migration tool. There are two options into this tool. One is the graphical user interface. Another one is CLI. We will show you both how it works. So for the graphical user interface, what you need to do is that you can download and install the Sitecore pack. This migration tool you can download from Sitecore. After you download it, you will get the Sitecore package.zip within that folder, the downloaded folder. So what you need to do is that package you need to install in your XM or XP application. Once you install it, you can see there is a folder will created there, that is migration harness folder. This is a very important folder and it is mandatory that you install this package to your XM or XP CMS. That is because it will actually work as a bridge between your on-premises site and XM Cloud. Next is there are some changes you need to do. Not changes, but addition you need to do in the web config file. This you will also get into the same file set that you downloaded from Sitecore. So there are some assembly blindings you need to add there. Just copy and paste there. It will actually in the web config file. The next thing you need to do is that once this is done, you need to run the exe file. So XM migration GUI.exe. Once you run it, it will ask you to select which one you need to migrate, content, users, or both. Once you select it, it will actually ask you to give the it will ask give the base URL, CM base URL. So in our case, it is in our local environment, and we provided the base URL and the username and password. Once you provide this, it will connect to the local environment. After that, it will ask for the targeted environment. So now in your case, while doing the migration, the targeted environment is XM Cloud. So we need to provide the environment ID, the targeted environment, CM base URL, client ID, client secret, all you will get in the XM Cloud deploy section. Currently Sitecore AI deploy section, you will get all this information related to the environment ID, base URL, client ID or client secret. You need to provide all those information. Once you provide and click on next, it will actually connect, and it will actually ask you to select what all content or media. Let's say we are migrating the content. So content or media file you want to migrate from your XM or XP to the XM Cloud. And then it will actually ask you to confirm the number. I mean, it is doing the connectivity between your local environment, between this your migration tool and XM Cloud. So it will ask for the confirmation, may ask for the confirmation if you are not logged in yet in the XM Cloud. And so once you provide the confirmation, then it will start. I mean, it will show you these things. I mean, if we can have multiple environment in XM Cloud, as we all know that. So you need to select which environment you want to migrate. It can be a dev, a pre-prod, a production environment, whatever it is. So that environment you can choose and it will start the migration process. You can see the full logs, any error happen or if it is completed successfully or not. So you will get a summary report for the process. So this is using the GUI. The same thing you can do using CLI also. So the same configuration you need to do, but you need to do it within the app settings file. So there is one file called appsetting.json. Within that file, you can do the configuration, provide the base CM URL, username, password, and the target one. I mean, XM Cloud environment ID, base URL, whatever we have provided in the GUI, you need to provide here in the configuration file. Once it is provided, you can give the information what all you want to migrate, like the content or template, which one you want to migrate. That information you also need to provide there. Once you provided this information, one major thing you need to keep in mind, that is this items per RAIF. So ref. So that is basically the batches. So you need to provide the items per batches and media size limit per batches. So this will actually this should run in batches. So you need to provide those information, and this needs to be balanced, because if you provide very low item per batches, then the batches will be increased. It is create many batch file or RAF files. But if it's too high, it may impact the transfer speed. So by default, it is 10,000. You can keep it, or you may increase or decrease as per your current network or I mean server configurations. And media limits need to be set. So this is also a long value. Once that is set, you can start this and XM migration.exe. See, it is not GUI. It is XM migration.exe. And you can also ask for the help. It will give you the help there, what all command you can run from the PowerShell script. And if you run XM migration.exe content, it will start migrating the content that you provided in the configuration file. And if you can also retrieve the domain names. You can, I mean, this is related to the user domain. Like we have the Sitecore domain, you can create your own custom domain for the users. So you can retrieve those and you can migrate those users also. But one thing, if you migrate the user, it will not directly create the user in XM Cloud. It basically send you one invitation to the email to join into the XM Cloud portal to access the XM Cloud site. So it will directly not create any user there. So there are some key points. Those we must need to remember is that the tool can only be used as is migration. As we inform that if there is any change in the template or in the field properties, you cannot use this migration tool. Then you need to use some other things. No, I mean it is as is migration. You have the same template here, same in the XM Cloud. You want to migrate, it will work. Template must be migrated first. This is obvious thing. I mean, you need to first migrate the template, then the content. Only media items stored in the database. So we have option in Sitecore XP or XM that we can store media items in the folder structure also. So that cannot be migrated using this tool. Those only the media items those are in the database. We can use this migration tool to migrate. For the large volume of legacy content to XM Cloud. So if we have a mainly content based site, then it is the best suited tool. You can easily migrate the content. But if you have a high volume of media items, high volume of assets, then maybe you can choose something else. I mean, because these media items, if you have high volume media items, it is not recommended to store those in XM Cloud. So these are the points you should keep in mind while using this XM to XM Cloud migration tool. Now we'll move to demo. Arjun, if you please share your screen and continue with the demo.
Sure. Thanks, Koushik. So I will be explaining, we'll give a demo of the things which actually Koushik, told us right now in the slides. So before I go further, this is the link from where you can download the migration tool. This is a zip which Koushik was referring to. Once you click over this, it will not get download as it is. You have to log in into your Sitecore account, and then only it will be allowed to download that zip file. So I have already, I've already downloaded that file. So let's unzip right now. Okay, so that's the folder. You get it. These are the files. Let's see to it what you get over here. So one, you got the GUI application which you can run, and one is the CLI application. The two approaches which Koushik was mentioning about, and this is the package which you need to install in your XP instance. So let me go over here. So if you see, I have already installed this package. So once you will install this package, what you will get in the in a type of the root folder, you will get this migration.highness folder, and this is the handler file which your application will use. This will process the request. It will process the request by that migration tool, whatever you are running through. I mean to say that if you're running the GUI or the CLI, it will use that handler to process all the migrations. So once that is installed, then I will run the GUI first. So let's see what we get over here. So we got the two options. Currently, I will run the content and media, and will cover a little part of the users so that you get an idea that how the users you can migrate to. So for this, first we need to gather all these details. So first you need to get the source values. So my source URL is the XP instance. So I will provide this. And for this, I have kept the username password as simple as I can. So now comes to the destination part. So that will be the XM Cloud interface. And from where you can get the environment ID, let me show you. I'm already logged into my cloud portal, and you can get the environment ID from here. Okay. I will be migrating to this application, XM Cloud Next.js. When I click, although this is the environment ID, but I will, let me show you. When you go to the details, you will find the environment ID over here and your URL over here. So the environment ID would be this. The base URL, I usually do like this when I go to the container, although I can pick from that as well, but I, usually copy from this. Now for the client ID and the secret, I will again go to, just give me 1 second, let me write this down. Okay, for this you have to go to the connections, and if you have not created any credentials, then you might have to create one. I've already created the migration test, Arjun. From this you will get two things. One is the client ID and the secret. Secret, you have to keep it with yourself, and I've kept that with me. Okay, so I think that's all, for this time. So if you have already created any package still now in XP, so this will find a similar kind of thing where you are allowed to select the items from the XP, from the source, the source instance. So the below are the selected items which you want to migrate, and above is the content tree. So if you can see over here, this item is already being selected. This is why, because the home is already selected over here. I will uncheck that, and I will show you what I will try to push some templates from XP to XM Cloud. For that, I will be using the project. Yes, let me show you in here. And then we'll switch over there. So this is the XP instance. Here you can see in the project I have the templates. One is the local demo site and the page types. So first we will see that what will actually not work. So I will try to deploy this page types into to the XM Cloud. So what we'll do, when I will click on the next, it will check the connections. It will check the details which you have provided. So let it be. In the meanwhile, we can see there is a file being created which was not earlier. That was the app settings, and this contain all the configuration details which we have already put in. And this is the target, this is the source details, and these are the content items which are getting migrated. So when you are using the CLI, you can switch, you can configure this directly, and CLI will migrate the item which are mentioned under this node. And other RAF details which Koushik was mentioning is mentioned over here, and rest I think you can play along. So let's see if that works. So test connection successful. Now let's migrate. One thing, let's see over here. I will close this window. Let's see if we got anything over here. So once you will do the migration, it will take a little bit of time every time, you will do it. So you see there is that's the source, and this is the destination. And you see that we have migrated the page types, but we haven't got it here. The reason for this is that we have not selected the parent item. I will cancel it. Let's run it again, although you can you can click on the back. But one thing I want to show you, that if you rerun, it will store the details, and all these details are coming from this this app setting.json file. So when I go here, you see you'll see here that I click, I try to migrate this file, but that doesn't work, because the reason is that we need, when you are following the Helix architecture, so the parent node is being, it's the same as, it is same in both the instances, even in the XP and, in the XM. But the under the in the XM, when you have created a site, you will get a collection over here. So that's where the structure get different. So that's why you have to need a proper planning to see that what templates you want to migrate. There will be a change in the structure, so that you have to take care of. So for this, I have let's try to migrate this whole folder. One thing is that yeah, that's done. Let's see over here. That's a local instance. We'll go over here. We'll refresh it. So I'm in the XML instance, and here you can see the templates are being migrated over here. Now, what I can suggest is the migrate whole of the folder, and you can just delete whatever you don't like. So it's a very you need to plan it. This is where your planning will play a crucial role, that what templates you want to, and what you want to migrate. And I want to show one more instance, which is the practical instance. Like here in the feature, I got two templates. One is the exclude me and one is the include me, and I want to only migrate include me a template, but not exclude me. So what I have tried on my side, that I have copied this template into the local demo, or whatever I will just put into the local demo, and you see that we got the same template. And let's rerun the same thing. So that's already been selected. You can see there is a include me already coming up here, and let's do it. This is this will show up the migration, the logs, and one more place to see the log is this. So here you will see the logs is being generated, and this will go like this. So this shows the same the logs which you are getting over there. So in case if you get any errors, you will be able to see in the logs folder as well. Now let's see over here. We have already migrated we have again migrated the local demo site, and here let's refresh it. So this is the XM instance, and here you can see that we got the skip pages again, and we got that template which was in other folder. So my suggestion is to create a migration folder under the project, so that you don't face any issues, and whatever the base templates you want to have, you can copy it into that, and the same will get migrated to the XM instance. And the similar kind of approach, it goes for the one thing I want to mention, that it will replace the thing, but once you go over here, you will see that this is the override the existing item. That's why it's overriding the previous the template template item. So that's why it's overriding that. So similar kind of thing I want to show in the media. Let's create a folder over here. We'll take the same folder name. So the similar kind of thing, what I want to show you is that so this is again, let's try. So this time that is already being selected. I will not touch it. And in the media, I will just click on this item. So let's do it, migrate it. Although we are sure that it will migrate, but what I want to show you here that now we got the two items in the content items which are getting which got migrated. So let's see over here in the media. You will find a folder local demo cover. Okay, so that's a file which we migrated right now. The similar kind of thing, I will we can the similar kind of activity we can do using the CLI. Let me show you. Okay, just give me 1 second. Yeah, that's the XP instance. Okay, let's do it. Let me see if wait, let me okay, let me so I have removed the complete folder. Let me try this as well. Uh, yes. Okay. Okay. Now let's move to so that part is covered, which migrates the content using the migration.exe. Now to run the CLI, you need to this. Now here in the CLI, you will get two. If you remember that options which were in the GUI, you got the two options to migrate. One is the content, one is the users. So this is it's the same condition that you are it's the same options you are getting over here. When I type the content, so what it will do is it will do the same kind of thing but through the CLI. So if you see that I have only run the content command and it has already migrated those items in the XM Cloud. So how did it run? It's the same thing which I mentioned earlier that in the content items, whatever the items which are listed over here, it will migrate the same items. So if you see, I have already deleted those items. Let's refresh. So you will see the same items have popped up. So that's a so this is how you can this is how you can migrate the content items from XM, the XP instance to the XM Cloud. Um, uh, you need to select your templates first and then go for the other items. You need to take care of the structure which you currently have in the XM Cloud, so that you don't lost anything. Although one thing I can do more is the users. So here you can see it will, okay. So this part I can show you that, here you can see there are the two user listed over here. And let me go to the XP instance. Let me go to the user. So the users are actually Arjun and the one demo user. So let's create one more user. So demo user, demo here. Gmail.com. Okay, let's keep the password same. Rules. Let's search for the developer. Add him. Okay. And next. Okay. So username. That's okay. Okay, let's create something again. Let me refresh it. New. Let's type Koushik. Koushik M. Koushik @gmail. No, I will type test.com. Comment migration user. Let's try with this if that works. Search at the role. Okay. Now let's create a user. Okay, we will keep it like this. So we got a new user over here. Okay, and let's rerun this. So I've already selected the users. And now let's connect it. Now you can see there are the 3 users. Now what it will do that it will not it will not migrate as it is. What it will do that it will take a device confirmation here, and after that the email addresses, it will give a invitation to all the email addresses for that users, and you will upon confirmation on your email, you will it will add your account to the XM Cloud portal. So this is how the migration of user works, and after following once you follow the instructions, your user will get migrated. So I think that's all for today for demo. Koushik.
Thank you. So any question?
That was a really good presentation. Yeah, I have a query here on content migration because mostly we have lots of content, right? Templates we migrate. So will there be any data loss, or it will be as is migration for the content, like for the content? Like suppose if we were migrated to page template and the other templates, right? So if when we are migrating content, so we'll get all the data as per the structure, or we have to define that as well, like which content goes into which folder.
No, you need to maintain the same folder structure also. Let's say, for example, if you want to migrate one content and that content is in a parent folder, and if you do not migrate the parent folder, the child content will not be migrated.
Okay. Suppose if I'm selecting a template-based content, suppose there are article pages, I'm trying to input all the article content, then the templates are not modified, they're as is from XP to XMC, and the folder structure is in place. So there will not be any loss in content, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Okay, got it. Open for questions. Anybody has any questions? Okay. I see there are no questions. Thank you, Koushik, and thank you, Arjun, so much. That was really good presentation. I also would like to try for any other project, which is like as this, because this is mostly useful content as well. Because even if the GUI and like on the front, if the UI is not changing, only it's not a lift and shift. I understand that, but for content, I think we can test this. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next session.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. Thanks.
Sure. Thanks everyone. Thanks Yamini and Vishal.
Thanks everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.